Sup, y'all? This is Patrick. Although you probably noticed that the picture you're staring at is not of Patrick, it's of a bunny. And you're probably asking yourself, and rightfully so, what in the world is this? I thought this was Geekend Wrap Up. Why am I staring at a picture of a bunny? Well, you see, I recorded my episode of Geekend Wrap Up, and I was actually very proud of it. I set up a nice little set with some of my old Super Nintendo games and N64 games in the background, and I was very proud to show them off and show you guys what kind of stuff I had. But then when I put the video into my editor, the audio and the video were not in sync. And so it looked like a really, really, really badly dubbed, like, Japanese kung fu movie. And that was irritating. And I fought with it, and I tried to get it back in sync, and I just couldn't. And I got frustrated, and so I said, you know what? Forget this. I'm just going to play the audio, and everybody's going to get to look at pictures of different animals wearing Santa hats or Christmas lights or whatever strange thing I can find on Google Images. So enjoy this week's episode of Geekend Wrap Up, starring my voice, but then not images of me. A new editor publishes his first review on the website, and there's some big changes coming to this show. This is Geekend Wrap Up. Sup, y'all? Sorry it's been so long since my last episode. Life happens, and I'm actually going to get to that here in a little bit. But for now, let's get to the geeky stuff. LJ Lowry, who you may know as the guy who wrote the song that plays underneath the multiplayer game night highlight reel at the end of this show, is now on the writing staff over at geeksundergrace.com. He wrote a review for Yoshi's Woolly World. It's his first piece. It's really good. He really likes the game, and I can vouch for the game because it's awesome. LJ agrees because he's awesome and he knows good games. Since writing that review, he's done some more things, so that's actually not his most current piece. But I wrote this script like 2 weeks ago, and I'm only just now getting around to shooting it. Yay. Like I said, life happens. This past week on the Geeks Under Grace podcast, Joe, Cody, and Shelley talked about Star Wars. They talked about Battlefront. Joe gave his impressions on the game, and they actually talked about multiplayer game night for Battlefront, which did not turn out as well as we had all hoped, but, you know, again, life happens. There's actually going to be some highlights at the end of the show for Battlefront. It's probably going to be kind of a short highlight reel because, like I said, it didn't turn out to be as great as we had hoped, but that's okay. And this is actually going to be the last time that you guys see me on this show. That was a terrible transition. I really butchered that, and now you guys are all like, what? He's not going to be on the show anymore, and that's how he reveals it to us? Yes, I'm sorry. This is my last episode on the show. As many of you know, I'm trying to launch an online ministry for people who struggle with addiction. I have a son that I'm trying to get custody of, and of course, I plan those multiplayer game nights that you guys typically love a lot. And I'm the producer of the Geeks Under Grace podcast, and I just can't keep up with this show. As you know, this show has actually not had an episode in a couple of weeks, and this is why. All these other things came up. And to be honest with you, I like editing the show, I like writing the show, I like putting the show together. I don't really like being on it. I'm not an in front of the camera kind of person. I had the idea for this show and presented it to the Geeks Under Grace team, and they really liked it, and since it was my idea, I kind of just wound up being the host, and yeah. So anyway, the show's not going away. I'm actually handing the show off to a new addition to the Geeks Under Grace YouTube team, Chelsey. She's got another show that she does, and so she's adding this to her repertoire, as it were. I'll still be working with her in the coming weeks, helping her transition into the show. But she's really going to make the show her own. It's still going to be about highlighting things that have happened around the website and the YouTube channel. And there's still going to be the multiplayer game night highlight reel, which I'm actually still going to be doing because I really like doing it. And she didn't mind letting me continue to do it. So I'm still going to be involved. I'm just not going to be on camera anymore. And eventually my involvement with the show will become less and less as she gets her feet wet and gets her editing process down and all of that stuff. I'm still going to try and hold on to those highlight reels because, like I said, I really enjoy doing them. But the game plan is for her to really take over the show, mold this, and make it her own. I think you guys are really going to like it. I think it's going to be better because it will be more consistent than I have been able to make it. Anyway, I'm actually going to hand the rest of the show off to her now before we get to the highlight reel. I want to thank all of you guys for watching. Y'all have been great. I hope you really enjoy what it is that Chelsey does with the show. Let's go say hi to her right now. So, how's it going, Chelsey?
So, thanks, Patrick. Yeah, I'm doing great. And I'm totally excited to be the host of this here show when it happens for stuff. Totally excited. Just raring to go, as it were. Yeah. Alright, so this has been Geekend Wrap Up. You can find me at Like Stars Productions, so YouTube/Like Stars Productions. And I will be there with bells on, telling you many a thing about many important stuff like toothpaste, etc. You'll just have to see. Okay. Also, you can actually find more stuff for Geeks Under Grace at geeksundergrace.com. You can also go to youtube.com/geeksundergrace and find more of our geeky, YouTubey, amazing content, which is amazing and altogether fantastic in every single way. I'm just saying. Not to brag, but alright. And then you can find just anything else. Okay. So, you can also catch me on my new Geeks Under Grace show, which is Christ-Centered Cinema, where I do reviews of Christian movies, and that premieres every 2 weeks. So you can check that out also at our YouTube Geeks Under Grace. Goodness. Oh yeah. Dancing. Alright. And then you can find links to all this amazingness and fantasticness that Patrick and I both have proclaimed, as it were, to you word, in the links below, underneath the show, in the show notes, as it were. Thanks for watching, and LJ, play me out, or I do like Cue My Jam better. LJ, cue my jam! Okay, see you guys later.
Shoot you! Well, let's put a droid out then. See? Haha, my droid killed him. Sweet! Thanks, R5D4. At least that's who you look like. He didn't see me at all. Wow, I just got like 3 in a row. And grenade. Sweet.
Perfection is Oh, Swift is the name.
Oh, wow. The guy popped up out of the bushes and I still got him. I actually jumped in my chair. Those twitch reflexes, though.
Yeah! Play with this bad boy.
Let's get an orbital strike going in the center of the map. Or, you know, where there's a bunch of guys. Get 5 kills with any explosive weapon. Wow, I just earned, like, not an achievement, an accomplishment. They are different.
turn, dude. That's the most awkward looking teabag ever. I'm gonna punch you. Okay, I'll kill you. Oh man.
One by one guy, of course. Of course we lost. At least our top guy did. At least our top guy did better than their top guy.
You were number 2.
I was? I wasn't even looking at that.
You got the most explosive kills.
Holy crap!